Hi, I'm Lou. Another episode of My Car Story. I'm in here with Mike. Mike, what's your last name?
Delaney.
Delaney. I'm gonna shake Mike's hand. Mike. Now, the interesting thing about Mike is we kind of grew up in the same neighborhood. I mean, you were on North Lake. I was on the north side of Elmhurst, and
Right.
we both kind of love cars.
Mm-hmm.
So the one thing though with Mike that makes this kind of inspirational for me is I hear a lot of people tell me about car stories. You guys have seen some of those, but somebody said, the difference between them and Mike is Mike, tell us about your situation.
Yeah, I went totally blind at age 24
Age 24.
from I'm a type 1 diabetic.
And you had a car back then before that.
Oh, yes, I did. Several cars.
What was that?
Starting at age, 16, my first car was a 69 Nova
Okay.
Super Sport. And after that, I had a 1955 Chevy. That was a 210 sedan, two-door. After that, I had what did I have after that? 51 Chevy pickup.
What do you have right? What do you have right now? What are we gonna
Well,
look at today?
now, many years later, after the boys grew up,
Mm-hmm.
we decided to invest in a 65 Malibu Super Sport.
65 Malibu Super Sport, and you'll see it's pretty sharp. So I'm gonna grab the camera as I usually do. Thanks, Ryan. All right, so Mike, stand right with me for a second. Come on back with me. You just grab right onto me, okay?
Yep,
Grab on.
yep.
Come on back with me. Let me look at the car. Come on, just keep coming
Sure.
back with me.
Mhm.
And we've got your 65 Malibu, just like that.
Yep, this is a real Super Sport.
And
It's not a clone.
obviously it's custom, but you've kept the look to it very stock.
That is correct.
So it looks fantastic. And you know everything about this car. Just because people are gonna, let me take a shot of the side of the car. Just so people can kind of get the overall perspective there. And I don't have the sun working exactly with me today, but I want to give you a shot this way so people can kind of see the car that way.
Yeah, Lou, I'll be honest with you. A lot of people, when I told them I wanted to get back into hot rodding,
Yeah.
they highly recommended that I bought a car that was completely done. And I looked and I looked and I finally came to the conclusion, if I do that,
Yeah.
there's no way as a blind person I'd be able to become intimate with the car. So we bought a car that was unfinished. It was partially restored, but not completely done.
And you restored this car yourself.
That is correct. We finished this car.
That is great.
Because now I know every nut and bolt. And
Every nut and bolt. We're going to show you how he does this. Come on with me.
so I'm pretty intimate with
But we've got the Mickey Thompsons here,
Oh, sure, yeah.
and we've got beautiful mirrors with the little bow tie emblem. He's got a custom interior. Come on with me. We're going to look at the back of the car for a
Oh,
second.
sure.
The all-important Malibu SS, and we're going to look at the tail end of the
Tailgate,
car,
yeah.
which all has a wonderful stock appearance.
Yes, it does.
What's the color of this car?
The exact color I'm not sure of. Somebody told me it was called garnet red.
Okay.
It was actually a Chrysler color.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know for sure. But it's a burgundy with some mica in it.
And I find it amazing that you know so many details because I've been with you a little bit already this morning.
When we purchased the car, it was already painted.
All right, so it was already painted.
It was painted, but it didn't have any wheels. It didn't have any drivetrain. A lot of the wiring was not complete. The interior was only partially done.
Let's take a look at the inside.
Yeah, so there was a lot of work.
Okay. I want to show you how Mike gets around his car. So go ahead. There you go. I want people to know how you get around your car because some people say he worked on his car. This is what he does.
And it is a hardtop. There's nothing really fancy.
Open it up for me so I can take a look at the interior.
Okay, mine is there.
Go ahead. Keep telling me about it.
Yep. It's like I said, it's a pretty plain and simple Chevelle. No air conditioning, no power, anything. So we have manual steering, manual brakes. I did put a set of 11-inch GM disc brakes on the front. I did put a dual reservoir master brake cylinder, and I did put all stainless brake lines on the car, just for safety reasons. We did replace all the glass with safety glass. It did come with a tilt steering column, and it did come with all the factory gauges, the tack and all of that. And that's, It's kind of a nicety. And it was an original 4-speed, you know, L79 car. So.
And the interior is obviously custom. It's like a suede here, or a leather. What is the interior?
It's well, this is this pretty much a stock interior. It's just new.
Okay.
And then the seats were inlaid with a sort of a crushed velvet, kind of a soft crushed velvet.
It's wonderful.
To complement the exterior paint. And that's just so you don't have to sit on hot vinyl seats on these warm.
Let's pop the hood.
Yeah, sure. And under the hood, I really wanted to keep the car looking a little bit original.
Yeah.
Without going too crazy. So, you know, we're not running twin turbos, big blocks, and all that. It's a small block Chevy.
Yeah, no.
But it's a 1970 400 block. It is the 4-bolt main block, but it's 30 over, so it's 406 cubic inches.
Nice.
And
tell me some of the details you have under the hood. I see you got headers on here. You put those on.
Correct.
And people are thinking, how did you do that? I mean, so how do you do that?
Well, you know, like I said, most of this stuff in the past, I did a lot of it on my own. Go get a cherry picker and lift up the engine. Some of this stuff I had help with, I'll be honest with you. Sure. You know, I know some people that have, you know, the different speed shops around and what have you.
But if you tune it or things like that, you can do all that.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. In this engine, we're running about 38 degrees. It really wanted to be advanced quite a bit.
Show people how you started. Let's.
And I'm not sure if, you know, so I also put well, like I said, we studded the mains on it. We studded the heads. The heads look stock from here, but they're not stock heads. They're Bill Mitchell heads that we had a whole bunch of different work done to.
Let's start it up. Let's hear what it sounds like.
Yeah.
And we'll hear a little of the exhaust.
It's a cold-blooded engine. Takes a while to warm up, but it'll fire right up.
Okay.
And I'll just make sure it's not rolling back.
It is rolling, so put the brakes on. Put the brakes on. There you go. Thank you.
Well, let me do this for you. Let me put the emergency brake.
Yeah, let's do that. We don't want to roll it in the garage. Let me get a little exhaust. There we go. That sounds fantastic.
So you get an idea.
Yeah, I got an idea.
Once it warms up 2 or 3 minutes,
Yeah.
then it'll idle real nice.
Well,
But it's got a big lumpy cam in it, you know.
yeah. Yeah.
It's got high duration, high lift. It's got a tight lobe separation, so it doesn't want to idle until it warms up.
Yeah.
Until we get those combustion chambers nice and heated up. And then she purrs real nice.
Well, and when you take this car to car shows,
Oh, absolutely.
obviously one of your sons drives the car for you.
Correct.
And then people just, I mean, when they talk to you, they're just, are they amazed when they kind of hear your story and hear that you've done the work on the engine?
I think so, probably. People are interesting. You get all different types, you know, that respond to blindness in different ways.
Yeah.
I'm just a normal guy. I don't try to brag or boast. I think I'm very humbled to be able to even have a car like this.
Yeah.
I've always wanted one. Never had the money back in the day to own anything like this, but I wrenched on a lot of different things and learned a lot of things. So.
Well, Mike, I'll tell you.
It's fun to put this thing together, and really it's a family-centered ordeal, right down to my oldest boy, to my youngest daughter, to help me find screws when they fall on the ground.
Yeah.
And my wife giving me the blessing to own it, and she enjoys the shows.
Yeah, speaking of
as
that,
well.
I'm just so blessed and praise God for you and your family, and I'm honored to get the chance to see your car and to see what you do and watch you walk around the car. And you actually pulled the car out of the garage for me. Your son was telling you how far to go. And it's really exciting to watch you work on your car. So
I had to be the first one to drive it when we got it started. So.
that sounds good.
I just came out of the garage.
There
but
you
at least
go.
I was the first one to roll it. So.
Exactly. Well, Mike, thanks so
Anyway.
much for being on My Car Story. It's really a treat. I hope this is an inspiration to other people. You're really an inspiration to me, and I appreciate you doing this with me.
Sure, and I would say to other people, just because you're handicapped doesn't mean you can't do some things. And one of the greatest assets to being blind is having a network of good people to help you do things. And I could point out every single part of this car where somebody helped me with it. You know what I'm saying?
I understand
They
that.
worked together with what I knew and what they knew, and together we accomplished, like the wiring under the hood and converting it from points to electronic ignition to, I can just name everything from front to back, and that's really a great thing.
That is a great
when
thing.
you can reestablish a network of good folks with knowledge and experience that are willing to help you out. So.
Well, it's been a pleasure, and,
Yep.
and I haven't stopped smiling since I've met you, because it's just, your family's wonderful and the car is fantastic, and you're just a great guy, and I'm glad we were neighbors in the beginning, and now I got the chance to meet you. And Mike, thanks so
Sure.
much for being on My Car Story.
Oh, you bet. Yeah.